How many people sitting in here have something about themselves that they can openly admit they would like to change? You have a certain characteristic about yourself. Something that you do that you don't like, or even something that you do like that you'd like to make better. Something that you'd like to change about yourself. I'm pretty sure we all do. In fact, I do. For example, I'm a little too tall. I can barely fit in my Toyota Camry. I tend to drag my feet sometimes when I walk. But I'm not here to talk about myself. I'm here to help you and invite you to change. And why change is so powerful, and the process of change brings growth. And without the process of change, there is no growth. And without growth, you'll be stuck comfortable. And far too often, when we have something about ourselves that we want to change, we don't change it. And we don't take the first step and initiative to wanting to change it. And the problem is, becoming comfortable with this is that it adds up and it builds up. So here's what we want to change right here. Say, I have 20 pounds I want to lose. I have an ugly attitude. I'm comfortable with this. So it's right here. Sitting here, sitting here, sitting here. And eventually, something else comes along that I say I don't like about myself, but I'm comfortable with it. And it's right here too. And as it's right here sitting here, accumulating, here comes more and more of things that you don't like about yourself that you want to change. And it's okay to change. But in order to change, you have to first invite change in and welcome it into your life and say, I'm ready to take this process and join this ride. Let's go and let's get on it. Abraham Lincoln abolished slavery. Martin Luther King stopped segregation among blacks and whites. Gandhi and Barack Obama, the first black male president. These people all had visions of change that they wanted to see a nation or a world grow. And they had the process. They invited the process in. They invited change in. They said, we are comfortable with what we are right now, and it is unacceptable. We don't want to be comfortable no more. So it's time to change. And as a result of it, we can look back now in history books and see how whites and blacks stopped segregation, how slavery was abolished. We can see that. We can see the change. But far too often, it is the change that we can see that makes change seem easy. And it's the things that people can't see is what is the hard thing to change. Certain characteristics. I have an ugly attitude. Nobody can see that. Of course, when I talk to somebody, they can. I want to change that. And how do I change that? I say, there's something wrong with me. I'm comfortable. I'm comfortable having an ugly attitude. So now, I want to change. And I've created a method, sort of like a plan or a process of how we can change. Sort of like a system, an easier system of stepping stones or milestones of what we can get to next to help ease the process of change. This is called the SMART Profit. Now, I'm a big fan of working smarter and not harder. That's why I've called it this. S-M-A-R-T, SMART. It's a 5-stage process. And each one correlates with them and goes into the next one. Now I'm going to begin with stage one. Stage one is start, S. And there's no time like today than to start, because you'll never be as young as you are right now. And there's no one that can make you change what you don't like except for you. So it's time to start. It's not necessary to set expected dates, certain times or anniversaries that you want to say, today's the day that I begin to change. Today's the day that I'm going to start to change. No. The time is now. You don't like something about yourself, open that door, shake its hand, and invite change in and get the process rolling. This is the start line. Second, motivate yourself. Look at the rewards. Feel the change that you could bring onto yourself and feel the difference that you can bring to yourself of the things that you don't like and the things that you want to change. Motivate yourself. Motivate, motivate, motivate. It is you. This is how you give yourself the willpower to go through each day fixing the things that you want to change. It's by motivating yourself and saying you can instead of you can't. And when you say you can't is when you go back to being comfortable. Now, the next stage, attack. You've motivated yourself. You've started. Now it's time to attack. You've looked back at all the things that you don't like about yourself and the characteristics that you want to change or the physical characteristics that you want to change, and you invite it in, and now you're working on it. You're attacking and you're attempting to change. This is like your practice field. Your trial and error period. It's time to change. You're wanting to change, and you're working on it. And you're working on the specific details that you want to change and attacking it. Knowing that you could fail, knowing that you could mess up, but still attacking and going after it every day. And going after the things and the way that you want to be in the end. Excuse me. The next is retain. After you've attacked and after you've practiced, you've gone through what you want to change and fix about yourself, and you've practiced it. You retain that energy. Retain that information so that in the future, you know what you have to change, and you know what you've changed. Retain that information. So when you go back out and attempt or attack, you know the things not to do. You know the things that won't bring change. Lastly, is try again. You've started. You've motivated yourself and you've attacked. You've retained everything that you've learned from the process of change. And you've retained all the energy that it can bring and all the information that it has that makes you a better person. So try again. Go out, use what you've learned, use those attacks, use that motivation to start to change your life, to try again. It's a new you, new season, and you are able to do what you have not been able to do with your old self, which is be the person that you want to be today. So try again. I can't stress the amount of importance it is that we cannot grow unless we invite change. Bodybuilders, people that build up their muscle, Mr. Olympic, bodybuilders build their muscles by breaking down their previous muscles so that their muscles can grow, become stronger, and get bigger. This is like this process. You're broken down. You're tired. You can't go anymore. And you're destroyed. You're torn apart. This process is the building process. You're building yourself back up. You're becoming that person you want to be and changing those things about yourself that you don't like. And you're growing. And now that you've grown, you're stronger and you're harder and you're ready. And you have that mindset that you have changed and you have grown into a new person. And this is why change is so beautiful. You can look at the earth and a time lapse. Look at a time lapse of fall or a time lapse of the day. The clouds change. Birds fly by. Flowers open. The dew evaporates off the leaves, and it's a new day, and the day has changed from what it is yesterday, or what it was an hour ago. All because of change. Thank you.